I'm gonna go over a few things that I've been doing in the last month or two, or actually several months. Took a little break from this podcast, and I'm working on this one. Yeah, I'm working on at least two different. There's comments. Yeah, two different podcasts. This one and this one. You can see in my background there. And in fact, let me move. Can I? Let me cut this over. Oh, I know. Let's move me over just to right there in that corner, and I'm gonna cut me and move me that way. Shall we start over, or just take it from the top here, and I'll just keep rolling with it and try and keep short. So this is mine, and I've been releasing fairly regularly. I've been like consistent. I need to cut clips. This one I've been actually cutting clips. This is a Toastmasters podcast, D50 After Dark. But I need to cut some clips. I've been making thumbnails on this. That's the thing I've been kind of more focusing on in this one. This one I'm cutting clips to promote. Marketing, you gotta push all the time. Push all your content out there with short clips. And I'll show you some of these clips. We have a third portion of this gonna be released in like a few days, next week. But I'm gonna show you the latest intro. If you haven't listened to it, you should go check out the entire thing. But I'm gonna give you a intro. When I really started, I don't think it was this one that I'm thinking of, but I'm gonna see for where did it go? Where is it? Why can't I find this? Why can't I find this? Did I upload it? Maybe I have to go back and actually upload it. I thought I was a little ways back, I believe. Here it is. I don't think I did an intro for this one. Let me see. It's Tech Time with Sweet Tea. I just actually got right into it. So the latest ones that I've been, I agree. I was actually have one more editing, and I'll get into another clip of my editing style and what I'm doing now when I edit these clips and everything. But like, there's one I did a solo mastering triggers. I just did a jumping and scared. Go listen to those where I just talk. It's kind of like this by myself for a minute or so and talk about my experiences, what I've had and everything. But I'm going to go over this one. I like this conversation. And keep in mind the introduction to this. Keep in mind the little thumbnail. I don't know if you can see it. It's Paul Revere holding a cell phone. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, so if he had to walk it or write a letter, he'd be done. But yeah, I mean, if he had a phone, even like the older ones where he could just type in a number or dial up a number and say, hey, the British is coming, it would have been so much easier than him having to write down. But if he had a cell phone, he'd just be like, snap, hey guys, British is coming by sea, get ready, send. Maybe it would have changed history. Maybe it would have been easier for us to win.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts. Welcome to Tech Time.
So I won't play the whole thing. Go listen to it if you want to, if you're interested in anything you hear. And I'll play a more recent one that I just put together. Let's jump into, and then I'll get into D50 After Dark stuff.
Something that I have learned how to do is batching, and so it kind of ties into boundaries. Because I'm time blocking and I'm setting boundaries for myself. But when I batch my podcast, because I have it's called the Josh Parnell Leadership Podcast. So that's something that I'll do. I'll do long form content by filming and recording the audio and visual of the podcast, and then I can break that down, chop it up and put it on social media as well. But being able to establish boundaries, time block on my calendar, and batch podcast or content creation or posting or whatever it is, anything involving the social media stuff that I don't want to live on, but I need to be on.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts. Welcome to Tech.
So the idea is to really not start out with me as the host. Because I'm the one who asks the questions on my show, obviously. It's not to start out with my voice. It's to actually open up the entire episode with the actual guest's voice, with the little teaser. They used to, in the TV world, they call them the professional DVTs. And it's 30 to 40 seconds of a starter, should be eye-catching moment, eye-catching big share that the guest dropped. And then you cut it off right as I share it, so it should make them want to listen for what they're talking about. So now I'm going to jump over to the one I've been focusing on a little more. I've been posting and taking pictures of the production of this, actually last interview. This lady, she's from South Africa. She's Cape Town, South Africa, Toastmasters. This is part of D50 After Dark. And she is second in command of entire Toastmasters. So this was a big deal. Entire Toastmasters. This was a big interview. And I'm going to share, I can share a clip, and I'm going to share the intros to this is the first, second, and I have the third one. We didn't upload yet. It's ready, and it's being worked on. We didn't upload. We're not releasing it until April 9th. But I'll share the teaser to that, too. But here's the intro to the first episode of D50 After Dark, a conversation with Aletta Rashad, first VP, Toastmasters International.
And it's an amazing privilege to serve at that level. It's like any of these roles, it takes time, it takes effort, but I found it to be immensely rewarding, and I learn every single day. And my coming to District 50 is part of my duties in that role on the board, is to come and support our district leaders on the ground and to learn from you what's important to you and to give you thanks and encouragement and hopefully some inspiration as well.
Welcome to another episode of D50 After Dark. I'm your host, Mickey Bennett, and in today's episode, which I'm very excited about, we will be interviewing the first Vice President of Toastmasters International, Aletta Rashad. You will not want to miss this episode. First,
I posted about this shot too. I really like. Let's get back to this. Where is it? I lost it. Can I find it real quick? Yeah, this shot right here. I love this shot. Like, it's supposed to be an over-the-shoulder shot. They're joking about like how I guess he has long hair. He puts his hair up in a bun, man bun, we're calling it. But anyway, I love this shot. It just adds so much to this entire interview, and I just love that shot. So I'm going to go over the second teaser right now. I got to play it.
The title of my keynote is The Difference Between Ordinary and Extraordinary. And in that keynote, I share stories of 3 remarkable Toastmasters that I've encountered in my 16 years as a member who have made such an impression on me for different reasons. And I look at what makes them extraordinary, what makes their clubs extraordinary, because I don't know about you, but I would rather be extraordinary than ordinary if at all possible. And I know what it feels like to get extraordinary service.
Welcome to another episode of B50 After.
And I won't play the entire thing. So now I have it sitting here in our Google Drive. I'm going to open it up and it'll probably start playing right away. But let's see here. Getting to the third one. It's not this again. This one's not released. Start from the beginning. Let's make it full. This is not released yet, so I'm gonna just play. It's 25 minutes. This is gonna be released on April 9th. I'll play you the teaser for it now.
For me, it's important to keep people engaged. One of the first warning signs is when people don't engage. They either don't attend meetings or they don't make speeches. And there could be so many reasons for that, and some of them are legitimate. But if people stay away for too long, they might forget why they joined. So I think it's very important to have a
Welcome to D50.
So you see how I cut it off at a crucial part of the statement that was made, right? You see how I cut that off, and it's a tease. It's supposed to be cruel. Like, I've become a tease, but and that's what you do when you're creating this. You're supposed to capture a need for the attention and generate interest, you want to make them want to keep watching and all that's so what we're going to talk about. Have the guests come on right away, say something, and then we shoot
50 After Dark. I am your host, Mickey Bennett, and in today's episode we are having our third and hopefully not final. Someday we may have her back, but for now, the final of our 3 interviews with Toastmasters International first Vice President, Aletta Rashaw. I am so excited.
There's that shot again. See, I love that shot. That was a great shot.
To talk to her again today. First.
I added that we throw in sponsors in this third, so we have that sound effect, and then
word from our sponsors.
We have 2 great sponsors that we've been throwing on during the course of this year and everything.
We have 2 amazing sponsors for today's episode. The first is Habitat Commons. Habitat Commons is a beautiful co-working space providing an invigorating work environment for creative and other professionals. It's conveniently located near Highway 75 in the President George Bush Tollway in Plano, Texas. To learn more, visit habitatcommons.com. We are also brought to you by Moon Vision Productions. Moon Vision Productions is a full-service photography and video production company that services small businesses and individuals, taking your content to the next level. Follow them on Instagram at moonvision_productions. Welcome back in today's episode.
All right, now that gets into the interview, and I don't want to reveal the interview because it's not released yet. But I will do this. I'll share one thing that I'm gonna post this to promote the episode. Fun little clip.
We had a past district director in our district, Meryl Jabba, and she used to say, "Sell the sizzle, don't sell the steak." And that was just a wonderful way to remember. Just sell the outcome, sell the transformation. Don't sell how you get there, because that's not what people buy. They want the transformation. They want the sizzle that's on the steak.
And that's what we talk about, or that we, as I produced this, I was sitting in the backstage, being the producer, doing the producer stuff, and that's what was talked about in that third episode. That we all shot them together. We shot them on the same day, back to back, but we're releasing them in 3 week span. So, is there anything? Yeah, and just promote. You gotta. I just want to touch on some. I'll probably do a solo on this. You gotta love your message. You have something you care about that you want to get the word out, to share. You gotta love the message. You gotta say it every day. Screech it, scream it. preach it, like shout it at the top. You gotta every day, every day, every day. I can't take myself off because I removed my full screen share, but like one thing I can't ever I'll always like shout out what this guy's doing ever since 2016 when I came across this. He's doing so many things now. Summit of Greatness, which now is happening in LA, Los Angeles, moved from Columbus, Ohio, his hometown. Lewis Howes. If you get any of these books, The School of Greatness, The Mask of Masculinity, Millionaire Morning, Greatness Mindset, so much gold in every one of these books, the podcast, and everything. If you just Google Lewis Howes and Chris Lee has been on the show on this. He's a friend, transformational coach, trainer, emotional intelligence, teaching for like 30 plus years now. He's been on the show probably 30 plus times now himself on the School of Greatness, starting back. I don't even know when, like, but 2016, I guess, or before that. The one I just listened to today was episode 80, and now he's in like 1500. A lot of ridiculously inspirational in my ideal world. Let's go to more recognizable name here. Just one. Mel Robbins. Your limiting beliefs have held you back for far too long. Lewis Howes is here to help with the greatness mindset. Change your beliefs and change your life. International best-selling author of The High Five Habit and The 5-Second Rule, Mel Robbins. To quote that, give a review. Just shout out. I always just love to shout out that any chance I get, go listen to the podcast, review, listen to the D50 After Dark as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, review, give a review, comment. Apparently, our host Mickey Bennett's birthday on the D50 After Dark podcast was yesterday, and so show some love on the D50 After Dark, Spotify again, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Out there, all in all those places. There's show notes. There's a little transcript going on in the description if you want to follow along with times and everything, chapter notes. And that's podcasting world. I'm going all in on podcasting, video editing, and I know a bunch, and I'm impressing myself every day with something new that I thought I didn't know before. I'm learning graphics even. I'm starting to build graphics, which I didn't think I'd ever really be interested in, and I'm starting to actually build graphics. I'm a beginner at graphics, but I'm starting to build the graphics. And that's it. So go check out all that fun stuff. The third one coming out is tremendous value, even if you're not a Toastmaster, as value in about client growth, membership or client growth, and how to reach out and how to just give value to someone who needs it, but they don't need it, and they need it in their own special way. So let's go listen to that when that comes out, the third episode, and I will check you in the next video. Till then, I will say, leave it here and say peace out.